Right, I know it's late. I'm quite tired, to be honest. I've had a really tough few days, but I felt it was very necessary for me to quickly post this, having dealt with a couple of cases to do with child sexual abuse over the last couple of days. Quite harrowing stuff. I just want to say really quickly that I know that in certain cultures, in the Ghanaian culture and other countries around the world, it's not just us, where when children disclose that they've been sexually abused, we don't really support them. There are occasions where children have disclosed that they've been abused and their parents have tried to sweep it under the carpet and have completely ignored the children. It's important that our children feel able to speak to us. And as shocking and as frightening as it may be to have your child come and say to you, so-and-so has touched them, you must believe them and you must support them. I've come across cases where, I was told of a case a few months back where somebody had disclosed to their mother that the mum's brother had been sexually abusing her. And the mum ended up slapping the child and telling her not to tell lies. And it resulted in the girl, I think at the time she was 16 or so, she got pregnant. She had no one to turn to and she had nowhere to go because the one person that she trusted, i.e. her mother, didn't believe her. I come across too many of these cases. I think as parents, we need to get educated and we need to understand the risks that our children face. Many children that are sexually abused are abused by somebody that is known to them. Sometimes it's strangers, but I won't say very rarely, but it is very common that it's somebody that the child actually knows. And what I would strongly recommend is that as parents, we get educated and we learn how to have these gentle conversations with our children, and that message then needs to be adapted as they grow. So for example, and I did this with my own kids, you just say to them that any area that their underwear covers is private and that their bodies belong to them. In my case, when I was speaking to my daughter, I said, unless it's mummy or daddy giving you a bath, that nobody is allowed to touch your body. Your body belongs to you and it's very special. And you can indicate to the child, obviously, where their underwear goes and the area that it covers. You don't have to be explicit, because many a time when I have these conversations with parents, what they say to me is, well, I don't know what to say. I don't want to frighten the child. You don't have to. You just have to have a gentle conversation to say, this is your body. It belongs to you. Nobody is allowed to touch you. And go as far as saying, but if anybody makes you feel uncomfortable, you can always speak to mummy, you can always speak to daddy. Make sure that, you are very clear about that and that you reassure them that if anything were to happen that made them feel unsafe, that you would protect them. That message is very clear. As they get older, that you can have more detailed conversations. I mean, the other day, my daughter was asking me about periods. She's 9. And I was very clear as to what periods, what they are. And I made a joke about it. And I said, oh, you're very dramatic. So, I don't want you to think that you're dying or you're bleeding to death. And we had a laugh about it. As she gets older, then those conversations can be a little bit more intricate. So I just want to reassure parents that it's never too early to have those conversations. And to also tell your children that if any adult says to them that they must keep a secret from you, the parent, that's not allowed, that they're not allowed to keep secrets, that they are only allowed to have conversations that mummy and daddy can be included in, or however your family setup is. If it's just daddy or if it's just mummy, then make that clear to your child. But it's very important that you give them that reassurance, that they know that they can come and speak to you. And every so often, have a conversation. Is there anything you want to talk to me about? Do you feel okay? And be gentle and learn to listen. Sometimes as parents, we talk too much and we don't listen enough. So this is just really, it's because I've had a really tough couple of days. I'm dealing with some cases that it's very possible that I will disclose what the content of those cases are, because it will warrant it being put in the public domain. When such time arises, I will let you know. But what I would like to leave with you is that if any parent needs additional information and guidance on how to have these conversations, you can inbox me, or you can send it to my personal email, which is Dilys, DILYS, at www.hmc.org.uk. The website is www.www.hmc.org.uk. There is a lot of information there on child sexual exploitation, on the work that we do. Inbox me. You can phone me. I'll book an appointment with you. We can have a conversation. My role is to support parents and to protect our children. That is my job. So if there's anything that you need support with or additional information, the details are there. I will be more than happy to give you that assistance. I know it's late, but unfortunately, I probably won't sleep. Too many things on my mind, but what I can share with you is what I have shared. Speak to your children. Do your best to protect them. I can't say too much right now, but thank you very much for all the support that I get for the work that I do. I do appreciate it. Thank you, and have a good night.